The Local Show, sponsored by Victory in Motion, home of knee repair, not knee replacement, on News Radio 570 WSYR, on 106.9 FM, and live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. The Local Show features in-depth conversation with business owners, employees, and influential business leaders throughout Central New York, exploring their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business right here in our growing community. The Local Show is produced locally by Zoe Advertising. Now your hosts, Tom and Steve.
We're back into it, and we are back at it. This is The Local Show, Spring Edition, and I had to mow the lawn a couple of times, Steve.
Yeah?
Already. And
the lawnmower still on? You got the paddles on? Is it working?
Well, it's working okay. Yeah. I gotta give it a good cleaning, but I had to get out there and do it again because it grew, and you know, I'm complaining about allergies, and it's no wonder. Things are blossoming at a rapid pace.
Oh, I thought you were surprised you were complaining.
You look outside, and 1 minute, there's a bud on the tree, and the next minute, it's this big bloom.
Yeah, and my point in life now, huge. Tom, I look and go, hey, someone's going to cut that, and it's not me, because it's where we live, and it's taken care of. So yeah.
Well, it's better off you stay away from power tools or
that's fair.
Anything.
That's fair. No.
All right, Joe Scripa is here. He's the owner of the Scripa Group Real Estate and Property Management. How are you there, Joe?
Doing great, Tom. Have you seen my flowers?
I haven't seen your flowers yet.
You guys
we haven't taken a walk.
When you walk, you'll see the finest potential harvest of dandelions.
Of dandelions
that you can ever see.
You're growing them in there.
Well, yeah. 30 years ago, you knew a lot about flowers.
Well, I'm a hippie. The hair's growing. I'm
you're going to do that scene.
Yeah, so I'm going to eat the dandelions.
Very nice. Yeah.
Well, Italian.
Italian too, yeah.
What did you do in the wholesale business years ago before you started doing real estate?
We imported flowers from South America and distributed them to flower shops, independent florists, which there's very few of anymore.
Oh, right.
And we also supplied all the supermarkets, Tops, PNC, Wegmans.
No kidding.
Hannaford Brothers, Price Chopper, yeah.
Where'd you get them from again?
South America. Primarily South America.
Why did you have to go to South America for?
So we could pay tariffs.
Yeah.
Tom, it's warmer there, Tom. They grow.
Yeah, well, I get that, but there's places around the United States that are warmer that you could get flowers from.
When I was doing that, you could buy a carnation in South America for like a nickel.
Oh, I see. Yeah, so it was really cheap.
In California, they were like 30 cents.
No kidding.
Anybody remember in high school you could buy a carnation as a fundraiser for some girl that you liked? They did that at Sister. Anybody?
No, I don't.
No girls liked it.
Yeah, it was a buck. They didn't make a lot of it. Well, fair.
You could have bought a case of roses. Yeah. Nobody liked it.
You would get somebody. You could get somebody a carnation like on St. Patrick's Day, and it was a buck.
Okay, yeah,
but it probably cost them a dime.
We used to do the school at that time. We would do the schools at like a quarter.
Okay, yeah,
50 cents max.
Right. I got sucked in a couple of times to using the 1-800-flower things and those for Kelly, and buy like the 2 dozen. Oh, we got this great price on, and I thought, wow, that is a really good price on 2 dozen roses. Then they had the shipping and the packaging and all that kind of stuff, and it's like triple the amount of money.
And a lot of times they come from here. I mean, they circle around.
Yeah.
But
that's crazy.
Real estate biz. Tell us
then you got into real estate.
Real estate biz, boy, houses are still selling anything under $200,000.
That's a sweet spot.
Oh my God! No, it's a horrible spot.
Oh, it's a horrible spot.
For real estate agents, it's a horrible spot because they're getting bid up like crazy.
Oh, okay.
So people are skipping home inspections, or like just putting in offers more than it's worth.
Totally skipping home inspections, totally bidding up. So $200,000 to $300,000 is painful. Even a little over $300,000. So I would say if you're looking to sell a house, there's never been a better time to list. The market.
So for people selling, it's a good time.
It's a very good time.
For people buying, it's still really competitive.
It's a complicated time. It's very competitive. We just had 2 deals that were hitting like record number of showings of like 20 and 25 showings before they won a deal.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's bid after bid after bid, and you're bidding 10% over, 15% over, 20% over, and your people are losing it. It's
why don't the prices just start higher if that's going to happen? Why doesn't someone list it for more if they're going to?
Well, actually, it appears that the current strategy is if you want 240, list it at 200.
Okay,
And you
because
get to
that's the
240.
nature. Okay, all right, I see.
It's sort of like a big eBay game now.
Pretty much is.
Yeah, just like eBay.
It pretty much is. But, we've got a bunch of new listings. I don't know, 6 or 7 new listings coming on this week, which is good. They'll be gone instantly. And, and everybody who's the agents that are listing those properties will each have 10, 15, 20 offers in their hands.
Wow.
So it's a lot more work. But it's a good market. If you're thinking of selling, the timing is great. I would say sooner is better than later, because the closer we get to the growth, I'm going to skip Micron and say, for instance, TTM Technologies.
What's TTM?
It's another company. They built a factory here.
Okay.
Expanded a factory here to build circuit boards.
Is that the old Anner microwave?
Yes.
Look at that.
okay.
I reeled that
I think
in.
it is.
Wow.
I think
Are
it
they
is.
still located off of Brighton? They're down there?
No,
or
they're
around
over by
there?
Fly Road.
Yes.
Over that.
Oh, okay.
So they
I thought
did
they
a
were down there.
huge expansion.
I saw it. I saw them building.
In the past 2 weeks, I've had 3 location calls for people coming from California from there. So it's
Gotcha.
not just Micron. We've got, TTM Technologies expanding, Production Products Corporation, JMA Wireless, right? These guys are they're growing.
Right.
Lockheed's bringing in more engineers.
Yeah.
And we don't have any more houses.
So we need inventory. So it's an
Yeah.
inventory
and
problem.
We just
too.
came through winter, and most people wouldn't think about this. In Syracuse, winter, what happens? Fires. Right?
What do you
Fires. People's houses.
Oh,
burn down.
yeah.
Apartment buildings. We had major.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
we
a
did.
couple
We
of
did have
those,
quite
we
a
had
few of
a
those.
couple
Yeah,
major apartments burned down. Where do those displaced people go? They're pretty displaced. Right now, we have an apartment building that we have a displaced due to a roof collapse. Remember all the roof collapses?
Yeah.
In one of our apartment buildings we're managing. Right? So you start thinking about it. Those people either have to rebuild their home for probably twice what it's worth,
Right.
or go buy another house for twice what it's worth.
How about the whole commercial real estate and people holding, selling?
Are you
moving?
finding that people want commercial real estate more now?
Commercial real estate is hopping as well. Yep, we've had some pretty interesting things going on. So right now we're handling a couple really nice transactions, some new retail stuff. We've got a retail development coming up that'll be prominent. It'll be announced in a few months.
Do you feel people are building more commercial real estate?
There's no choice but to build right
Okay.
now, because we got the same problem that we have with residential.
Yeah.
The inventory's so low, if there's an empty space, it's probably filling right behind it. And a lot of people say, well, there's signs everywhere, there's real estate everywhere. A lot of people, brokers, agents leave those signs up so that they get the lead calls.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I will say, if somebody's thinking of selling a house, a building, a piece of land, there couldn't be a better time than now. And with the weather changing, right, the demand we have for waterfront houses right now, we have buyers for waterfront houses lined up in our office.
Yeah. That's
Really?
actually-
So that's like Oneida Lake or other places?
Oneida Lake is really the hot one for us, because we're in
We're so
Brewerton.
close,
Our
yeah.
office is in Brewerton.
Will people go up to the North Shore? Will they go out to Constantia or
Yeah.
were those other towns up that way?
Yeah, because a lot of them are doing a second home, kind of a camp summer home
Right.
type thing.
Well, great.
Well, cool. So things are moving. So if someone wanted to have a conversation about their commercial, certainly, or their house too, I know you have conversations like that every day, right? With buyers and sellers?
Every day we help people.
And,
The road work will be done at some point.
At some point. At some point. So Joe Scripa, 452-1200. Look at that. That's a pretty easy number to remember. Have a conversation, 452-1200, scripagroup.com, or as Tom would say in the commercial, scripagroup.com. Right, Tom?